Welcome to Amazing Six. Okay. Today we're going to talk about an amazing uh, site of information, amazing case of information that the Arabs knew in the 7th century, and only modern science has, come to understand this. And that is that the Earth rotates, okay, and revolves around the sun. All right, we're talking particularly about the Earth rotating. All right, in the Quran, which was sent to Muhammad ibn Abdullah, known as a prophet to all of the Muslims all throughout the world. So he's mentioned as Prophet Muhammad. All right, in the Quran, it mentions, as you can see here in front of you, I'm showing you the actual Arabic which the Prophet Muhammad spoke, and it was written down and memorized. This is one of the verses, and it says, وترى الجبال تحسبها جامدة وهي تمر مر السحاب صنع الله الذي أتقن كل شيء إنه خبير بما تفعلون. Okay, so what this means is, and you can follow here, right? Watara, and you see al-jibalu, al-jibala, al-jibala, the mountains, and you see the mountains, thinking them tahsabuha. All right, so you're thinking that they are firmly fixed. All right, you think that it's firmly fixed. Okay, while they wahiya. Okay, so let's I want to give a better translation, okay, than what you see here, because there are some slight mistakes for those who know Arabic for the translation. Watara, and you see, okay, al-jibala. All right, so the mountains, tahsabuha, so you think that it is jamidatan, you think that it is firmly fixed. Wahiya, okay, so you can see this talking about the nature of the mountains itself, talking about the mountain, wahiya. So it's saying, and it, all right, and it, tamurru, all right, tamurru, like when someone talks in Arabic, the murr alay, to pass, to go by, right? So tamurru marra sahab, okay, to pass, the passing, as the clouds, as sahab, the sahab of clouds. Sun'a Allah, that it is the work of the Creator, Allah, the God of mankind. Allazi, who perfected, atqana kulla shay, perfected kulla, every, okay, thing, kulla shay. Innahu khabirun bima taf'alun. Okay, now, so what you have to understand here and focus on the fact that it's saying that the mountains actually pass as the clouds pass. Now, some people before they knew, now we know with modern technology that the earth, that it rotates and that it goes around the sun, right? That every day that the earth actually rotates and revolves around the sun and rotates on its axis. Okay, So what we're talking about here is that, like it said, that the mountains will pass. Now, I don't want to say will, all right, because it didn't say Saufa. So this is where I say be careful about mistranslations. Stay as close to the actual word as possible. It didn't say Saufa. And it didn't say, in other times in the Quran, when it talks about something that will happen in the future, it says, and when, and the day. But here it didn't say that. It said, what tara, you see, right? You see, it's saying, and you see what tara, and you see, and jibala tahsabuha, and you see the mountains, you think that they are firm, gamid, stiff, right? وَهِيَ تُمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ. So, and it passes as the passing of the clouds. Now, before technology, confirmed that the Earth is actually, rotating, and so we get night and day from the rotation of the Earth in 24 hours. They didn't know this, the Arabs, so they're wondering, well, they heard the verse, but they're wondering, well, what is this? What is it saying? So they try to say, okay, well, maybe this is talking about on the day of judgment when the mountains will pass away. But it didn't say, later on the day when it happens, right? It's talking about, you see this. You see the mountains and you think they're firm, but they move as the passing of the clouds. So if a person said, okay, well, the clouds pass away. No, they don't. They pass. They don't pass away. So that's another important point to remember, that the clouds, when they go by, don't they come back again? They go by and come back again, go by and come back again. So if the mountains are doing as the clouds are doing, then it's going to go by and pass again, go by and pass again, go by and pass again. So the mountains are passing as the clouds pass, as they go by and come back again. They go by and come back again, right? And then it says after that, Sunnah Allah, right? That this is the work of Allah, right? And that he perfected all things. Indeed, he is aware of what you do. So you can see that the perfection of the creation, it includes the rotation of the earth. So here, and Allah saves some of this information for later generations to discover. And so we're in that time where we're discovering the meaning of this verse. But before, the Arabs couldn't understand that. They didn't know what does this mean. So they just said, okay, well, maybe it's talking about, in the day of judgment when the mountains pass away. But if it passed as the clouds pass, then it's going to go and come back as it takes the rain and brings the rain back. It absorbs the water and moves and comes back again. The clouds keep coming back again and bringing rain, right? So if the mountains are doing as the clouds are doing in terms of passing, then they go and they come back again. So this is how we now understand this verse, that because it looks like the mountains are not moving, but in fact, they are moving, and they are moving as the clouds move, as the clouds are passing over our heads and coming back. Well, the mountains are also passing, but we're on it. We're on the earth, so we can't see it. We can't feel it, right? So, that's why it says, and you think, tahsabuha, you think, right? So even Allah is saying that the Creator is saying that it is something that we think. We think the mountains are firm and not moving, but they are moving as the clouds move. All right, so that's a verse that is very beautiful, because it's showing that well, the Quran, it must have come from the Creator if indeed it's talking about the earth rotating, because who would know that before we went into space, before spaceships went into space, before they went and were able to see the earth from a distance? How would they know that? So obviously the Creator is above the heavens and the earth, so he knows what's going on. But obviously, if he said this, to the Arabs in the 7th century, they wouldn't understand that. They already thought he was crazy. Muhammad was crazy for saying a lot of the things that he was saying. So Allah saving some of this information for future generations so that they can believe, and know that this is the word of the creator and not the word of an unlettered, illiterate in Arab that couldn't read or write in the 7th century in the middle of the desert, saying things that the people didn't know, the best minds of his time didn't know, and the best minds of the times that came before him didn't know. All right. So once again, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share. All right. Enjoy your day.